And over the next 30 minutes, we'll bring you the latest political stories. Election Headquarters is brought to you by Petrosol, your clean fuel in full quantity, and the Chartered Institute of Management Accountant, SIMA. Election Headquarters for an informed electorate. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Please stay for details. Of the National Democratic Congress, John Mahama, has charged party leadership to enhance monitoring in the general elections. According to him, efforts in campaigning may fail to yield the needed results if monitoring is not enhanced. The former president, seeking a return to power, wants party members to cooperate with structures being used in selection of election monitoring team. Apologies for the long break. Also today, at the tour of the Greater Accra chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Ashley Moore, has revealed plans to deploy drones for the monitoring of this year's general elections. It forms part of efforts to win over 2 million votes in the region by strengthening its monitoring systems to avert rigging. Ashley Moore revealed plans are far advanced to commence training of persons to fly the equipment to be deployed. Though the chairman was restrained from letting out more on this, he emphasized the necessary logistics will be secured for the elections. I've been joined by Nanaya Ojima, who is on the ground for us. He'll be telling us more. Nanaya Ojima, let's talk about the drone deployment on election day. Explain to us what Ashley Moore has been telling you.
So the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the NDC has reviewed plans to win at least 2 million votes for the NDC. And according to the party, in the previous election, they won the Greater Accra region by over 70,000 votes. But it wasn't enough to ensure that NDC returns to power. So what they are going to do is that in the next election, they are expecting more than 300,000 votes difference between the NDC and the NPP. And they believe that if the Swank region massively votes for NDC, it is likely that John Mahama will return to power. So monitoring of elections, or that's the which they are able to get in this election, remains key in the plans to ensure that the NDC is able to win the election. So he wouldn't speak more about plans to ensure that the number of votes that the NDC is envisaging or targeting to get is achieved. What he was saying is that the party has secured some drones, and next week party officers will be trained on how to use these drones. It was at this point that the chairman of the NDC and Johnson restrained him from saying more or letting out more on this. But what I can say is that it's one of the things that the party says they will be doing to ensure that they are massively able to win the Greater Accra region in the upcoming elections.
Nanaya, where has the flag bearer been so far in the region, and how is he being received?
So he started a tour of the Greater Accra region at Dodowa. The first meeting, he met party officers, that is officials of the party, elected officials of the party, from the Greater Accra regional level to people within the various constituencies of the party. So party chairman, secretary, women organizers, and other party faithfuls were there to welcome him and also have a conversation with the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress. And there, what John Mahama said was that he also asked them to be vigilant in the next election. And he believes that it's about time that they put up the best people as party agents to police the election in various constituencies in the country, especially the Greater Accra region, because he believes that the Greater Accra region remains one of the very, very important areas for the NDC. If they are likely to win the next election, the Greater Accra region remains instrumental in this plan. So he believes that they have more to do in the Greater Accra region to ensure that the NDC wins the next election. So there were other people there to talk. The Greater Accra Regional Caucus of Parliament, that's the NDC part. They also spoke. The leader or the secretary of Sam George was there, and he let out some plans to adopt some constituencies. So as everybody will be adopting some constituencies of the party, and these constituencies, they were sure that the various incumbent members of parliament put resources together to help the NDC win in these areas. They are not only targeting the presidential elections, but the parliamentary elections also remain very key in the plans that they are making to win the Greater Accra region massively for the National Democratic Congress. The chairman of the party also spoke, and he spoke about the need for party people to come together, build, ensure that they put their hands together as a unit to win the election for. He warned of some issues with that are gradually creeping into the party. Some people are now talking about decisions in government even before the NDC is able to win elections. So he believes that there is need for them to do away with all these things and unite as a party to ensure that the NDC is able to win the next election. So all these people have been talking. From there, John Mahama moved straight into a meeting with the House of Chiefs, where the chiefs were able to put before him a lot of the challenges of the traditional authority. And John Mahama assured them that he will ensure that some of these challenges are solved. The NDC will also take these issues into consideration when it comes to building a party manifesto for the NDC. So moments ago, that meeting ended, and the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, from here will move straight into Abosokai in the Greater Accra region to meet with spare parts dealers and other traders within the enclave. So John Mahama for
We'll definitely bring more of that of his meeting with the people in Abosokai to our viewers as and when it happens. We can now listen to the NDC flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama, on the store.
One of the key things in this election is going to be vigilance. We can do all the campaigning we want. On the day, if we are not vigilant and we don't cover every single polling station with eagle eyes, you do all the campaigning you can, beautiful campaign, razzmatazz, but at the end you will not achieve the objective that you want. And so Greater Accra particularly, we want you to cover your polling stations with the best party agents. The election directorate, you are aware, is conducting some exercises. They've been conducting exams for election directors in the constituencies and the regions, because we need the best people who understand the electoral system to be able to monitor the elections in the region. And so some of you were unhappy because some elections directors didn't pass, and so they had to be replaced. We should not be sentimental in these appointments, because those particular appointments are so critical. You must be able to write in figures and in words. If you can't write in figures and in words, I tell you write 257,000, and you can't write it in figures and in words. You have no business being the elections director for a constituency or a region. And so let's put sentimentality aside and let's appoint the right people. When it comes to party selection again, as I've said several times before, let us select the best people who can be trained to understand the process. The elections process has become more sophisticated than it was in the past. In the past, we used to appoint party agents just to identify the voters and make sure that they are not imposters. But now, that is not the work of the party agent, because the biometric verification machine is able to determine whether a person is a voter or not. So you don't select somebody who knows everybody in the village. You select somebody who knows how to read the pink sheets, make sure that the right results have been recorded on the pink sheets, make sure that the number on the biometric verification machine is the same as the ballots that were in the box. That's the kind of party agent you need.
John Mahama hinted on the need to win the election in the Greater Accra Region by at least 300,000 votes to enhance chances of staging a comeback. Mr. Mahama called for party unity to achieve set targets.
In 2020, Greater Accra swung in our direction, but it did so with a margin that was not big enough for us to clinch victory. The gap between us and MPP was just about some 76,000. We need to increase that gap to at least not less than 300,000 votes between us and them, in order that we are able to make sure that victory is certain. We're also aiming to get the majority of seats in Parliament so that it makes it easier for us to be able to carry out our legislative business. And Greater Accra is one of the very fertile grounds where we can claw additional seats onto the NDC side. But as Chairman said, to be able to do this, we need unity. And I want to thank him for the Chairman and his committee for the work they've done. They have covered almost every region in this country with the message of reconciliation. And it's my hope that people have accepted that message. As he said, we must keep our eyes on the prize, and that the main objective of our being together is that we win political power and come and implement our program for the benefit of the people of Ghana. And so we should never ever take our eyes off that. We would have petty squabbles, disagreements. In any organization, there are disagreements, but we should never ever take our eyes off the prize.
From the NDC, the founder and leader of the Butterfly Movement, Alan Kwejotramantin, has promised to transform Juapong in the Northern District of the Volta region into an economic hub. He says his aim is to revamp the Volta Star Textile Factory, uplift the market, and establish a traders' bank in the enclave to achieve his vision. He has therefore entreated electorates in the Volta region to desist from following the National Democratic Congress and vote for him in the December 7 elections to enable him improve the economic status of the region. Mr. Tramantin was speaking at Juapong during his market tour of the Volta region.
Richard, no, I am former MC. Yes, I'm a combat the same. And I am about Jojo. When you are back and you have a summer, I will just start again. And the Yassian said, Menua, Montpellier, Nala, President, the person I'm going to say, you said, NDC. What have we done to about my NDC for so many years? As a small man who said, there's someone that film in mind. And people so buy Kakran, still, what you said, I sit down and go your mamma. More better, I like
Fred Kwame Asari is on this tour with Alan Tramantin. He joins us with more. What's the purpose of the market tour by the leader of the Butterfly Movement, Fred?
Yeah, so from Juapong, Mr. Alan Tramantin moved to where he was welcomed by traders who were so excited seeing him interact with them. the purpose of this market store was to brief traders about his objectives, his plans to transform the economic status of Ghana. So he has been moving around some markets in the Volta region. He started from Joapon, and then he went to Ho. We are currently in Kumasi, where he is moving around, interacting, shaking hands, and then exchanging greetings with traders here at the Kumasi market in the Central Town District.
What new has Alan Shermantin been telling the market folks?
Well, so in Joapon, he mentioned that Joapon is strategically positioned and should be an economic hub because it is situated between Accra and Ho, which are two major cities. So he has plans to transform Joapon, to embark on projects, bring development projects that will ensure Joapon becomes an economic hub where 24/7 there are economic activities ongoing in Joapon to help the residents in Joapon enhance their livelihood, where they can trade and then get some money to improve their lives. He also mentioned that the Volta Star Textile Factory, which is the only textile factory apparently in the area, he would bring logistics and ensure that the right human resources are available to ensure the factory produces at full capacity so that indigenous or residents in and around Joapon can get employment in the area. He also mentioned that he would bring projects to the Joapon market to ensure that the market is uplifted to a status where traders would be excited flying their trade in the market. When he got to home, after touring the whole central market, he gave traders the assurance that when they vote for him and he becomes president of the country, he had this vision of building the biggest skill development center in West Africa in the Volta region. The reason being that Volta region produces a chunk of artisans and skilled persons in Ghana. But then he believes that there are no institutions to help them tap in this skill. So when he is elected, he will establish the biggest skills development center in West Africa in the Volta region. He was not specific as to which part of the region it would be established. And then he also went on to say that the country has been governed by both the NDC and then the NPP. But then both of the parties during their tenure took Ghana to the IMF, which indicates that they are incapable of managing the economy of the country. So they should change their ways and then vote for the butterfly movement. They should vote for him and then make him the president. And when he comes, he has projects and programs and policies that he would implement to uplift or enhance Ghana's economy to ensure that livelihoods of the citizens are improved, and then the economic status would also be improved.
And how does he intend to achieve this? Hello, Fred. How does he intend to achieve his dream of revamping the Volta Star Textile Factory, uplifting the market, and also establishing a traders bank in that enclave? Did he share that with you?
He didn't go into details, but the little he said was that when he was a trade minister, he did what he could to ensure the factory is operational. But then when he is elected into office as the president, now he has the capability and then he has the capability and then the technical know-how to ensure the factory produces at full capacity. He was specific about ensuring that they have the right logistics, they have the right raw materials, and then the right human resources to always produce at full capacity, where the factory will not have a portion of it shut down whilst a portion is operating.
Fred Kwame Asari is the one following Alan Shermanton on this story. We'll bring you more as and when we get it in our subsequent bulletins. Today, our voters' voice is from La Paz, where electors have been sharing with us what will inform their votes come December 7.
Mahama Tandia, na muye kakra ba sisi ade. Nema muye din do, nema muye din panti. Me yamaju se me se mbeto abanka, mbeto Mahama mo.
I feel we there. Me to about because amanu ma dia akufara ma amanu ma di.
Amambo ni mahusu pa. me we school ni me ma me woni sentiment me anya de anko school so na na do aban bai me na me so apiota me betimi akọ school this year ba ku su be obetimi asa akọ free education na dey ama me na do aban na boa me pa boa me etimi ni mabusuafo de this year e be sa to aban no.
For me like this, me I no go vote to lie because if I go vote right now for no me ba ni na de ba kuna no be don be here youth no kwa en adwan kita if you know be our sense where we get like we go suffer rough if Mahama come and we will come Okufado me I no like anything wallahi we no go vote I swear.
For me, I will vote. Formally, he made me lose trust in voting because I was thinking that they are all the same. But to me, some is better than other. So compare what he said and what he did and what he said about John Mahama. I think I will vote for John Mahama.
That's your voters' voice, and that's it for Election Brief on your election headquarters for an informed electorate. So stay for more on the Joy News channel.